Hi everyone, I'm Sam.
And I'm Alex.
Welcome to the first
And probably the last
episode of Mastering the Masterpiece.
Today we are watching Ben-Hur. In this day and age, it seems impossible for Hollywood to come up with any original ideas. The latest in the trend of uninspired trash is the recreation of Ben-Hur, directed by Timur Bekmambetov. Now, why does everything have to be a remake? Why can't Hollywood leave the classics alone? Well, today we're going to talk about the original take on this highly original story.
You are so right. The original is so much better. Now, in 1907, director Sidney Olcott, despite lacking the rights to the 1980 classic Ben-Hur: A Tale of the Christ, decided to...
Wait. What are you doing?
Talking about the original 1907 silent film?
I want to talk about the classic.
Oh. You mean the 1925 silent film?
No.
The stage play?
No.
The miniseries?
No.
Oh, I'm done. I know which one you're talking about.
Okay.
The one with Charlton Heston.
Yes.
Okay, well, in 2003, Charlton Heston provided the voice of Judah in the animated movie Ben-Hur. Now, I'm honestly surprised you want to talk about it. Not many people saw it, but all right.
I see him.
It's 26 AD, and...
Jesus, I'm talking about the 1959 one with Charlton Heston.
Oh, whoops. Okay, let's talk about this highly original film. Ben-Hur. Alright, so... I am so pumped to watch this!
Okay, we're ready to watch the film. Any second now.
Oh, come on! Fast forward! Okay, so, once the film finally starts, you would expect to be introduced to the protagonist, Ben-Hur. Did you put in the wrong disc?
No, it's right here.
Okay, I believe it. It's just,
What?
It's just giving me flashbacks to the day the Earth stood still, but that's all.
Well, defying expectations, the film actually opens with the familiar tale of the birth of Christ. The story proper begins by introducing us to the film's antagonist, Messala, played by Stephen Boyd.
There's a Jew outside.
Why do I think that's similar to how Mel Gibson's security is told to act?
Messala is a tribune of Rome, returning to Jerusalem as the commander of the garrison, having dreamed of his role since childhood.
He is then reunited with his old friend, Judah Ben-Hur, played by the veteran actor Charlton Heston. Cue the footage.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
We had to do that.
Yeah, they'd comment otherwise.
Judah and Messala have not seen each other in years, but the two lovers easily fall back into old routines.
Wait, whoa, wait a minute, what?
What? What's the matter?
Judah and Messala aren't gay.
Really?
Yes, really, they're mates.
Really?
Pals, buddies, chums.
Is that right?
Look, I'll bet you $10 right here, right now, that you can't even find the slightest shred of proof. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
So, the reunion goes well.
I'm not going to say anything,
Good.
but I'm going to play this music.
Moving on. Messala wants his associate to inform him on which Jews are talking of rebellion. Judah says no, and all things considered, Messala takes this news surprisingly well.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys.
Now, as you may have heard, this film is, in technical terms, really frickin' long. So I'm going to get through this recap as quickly as possible. During the welcoming parade for the new governor, a roof tile falls and hits him. Judah is blamed and his family are arrested. Judah being sentenced to life as a galley slave. His ship sinks, Judah saves the general frees him, pardons him, and adopts him. Naturally, Judah immediately goes home to save his family. Wrong! Instead, he spends 2 years racing chariots for the Romans he supposedly hates. He finally goes home, meets a sheik, races chariots, and hears that his family was killed. Whew! Over to you.
As Messala is a Roman tribune, he is untouchable to someone like Judah, so he forms an alliance with the sheik we met earlier and agrees to race in his chariot in the arena, a sport with more fatalities than a standard Mario Kart race. To sweeten the revenge, the sheik goes to the Romans and taunts them until they agree to bet a substantial amount on the outcome of the race when Judah wins. He will financially ruin his former flame.
Which brings us to the chariot race itself.
Now, this scene is considered to be one of the greatest action spectacles of all time.
It has been imitated from sword and sandal epics to even Star Wars.
There is so much that this scene has to live up to.
No scene could ever match the hype, and it's awesome. No, really, this is one of the few times where the film's ponderous pace really works in its favour.
The tension is palpable. The charioteers are all herded into area, and we are given a look at all of them, especially at Messala's specially made hubcaps.
They then slowly march in a commemorative lap around the track. The crowd screams in anticipation, and the tension continues to build. You don't even notice that you've begun to hold your breath.
Further adding to the realism is a minor false start, where 1 or 2 horses start before the signal was given. This feels so real. This could have happened at something like the Olympics.
And then they start.
It's worth a mention that Wiley's use, or lack of use of music, at various stages of the movie greatly changes the atmosphere in this particular scene. The only consistent sounds are the cheers of the crowd and the relentless deafening of the wheels, and it feels so real, like you are in the crowd screaming alongside the thousands.
The scene is also powerful in that it showcases not only the different racing styles of both Judah and Messala, but also their vastly different philosophies. Messala is brutal and direct. His hubcaps are designed to kill anyone that comes near him, and he flogs his horses half to death. He is brutal, and he will do anything and everything in order to achieve his goals, from cruelty to animals to condemning an innocent friend. Judah, on the other hand, is never once seen using a whip during the entire race. That was self-defense. Okay, he's never seen using the whip on his horses. He guides them with his reins, and they obey him instinctively because he has been training with them non-stop, showing them nothing but love and respect. He also never directly engages with the other charioteers. His argument is with Messala, and he won't involve the others if he can help it. Even when he's consumed by rage and vengeance, he holds true to his ideals.
This is so much more powerful than the duel with swords you would find in any other movie. This is, oh my God.
Is that guy moving?
I don't think he is.
Okay, don't worry, I'm sure that was all CGI.
Oh dear Sam, CGI didn't exist back then. In the 50s, they had to rely on practical effects. And I think that was real.
He's gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's just a blunt force trauma to the head. Slap a couple of band-aids on him and...
So, anyway, their chariots crash into each other, and only Judah is able to escape, and he finishes the race. Messala, again, takes this defeat surprisingly well.
So Judah meets his wounded foe, and they exchange barbs before he succumbs to his wounds.
So, that was Ben-Hur, and boy was it long, but its sheer size and spectacle certainly makes it worthwhile viewing, and the chariot race makes for a glorious, heart-pumping climax, and...
Yeah, it's not over.
What?!
Yeah, there's still over half an hour left.
But there was enough movie for 2 movies. What else could there be?
Well, obviously they have to show the crucifixion of Jesus.
What?
Actually, that is one of the stranger elements of the film. Jesus continually drops in and out of the story. In fact, for the first 10 minutes, you could be forgiven for thinking that the movie you're watching was entirely about Jesus. When Judah is taken to the galleys, Jesus gives him water. Judah's love interest, Esther, becomes one of the followers, and Jesus' death takes up the entire ending of the movie.
It really does feel like 2 separate films when this happens. Almost like Heston wandered onto the wrong set and everybody was just too afraid of him to let him know he was supposed to be down on set number 3.
Also, we didn't mention this earlier as there was so much plot, but before he dies, Messala reveals that Judah's mother and sister are actually alive and suffering from leprosy. Judah takes him to Jerusalem, just as Jesus is executed, and when Jesus dies, his blood somehow cures them of their leprosy and Judah of his thirst for revenge.
For me personally, this was a real misstep on the film's part, as Messala is dead. Judah already got revenge. He can't say that he was moved to give up revenge when he's already killed the person he wanted revenge on. If the 2 were reconciled in some way, I think that would have tied up much better with the film's message of forgiveness and redemption.
So, Jesus dies. Judah's family reunites and they all return home. And after 3 hours and 40 minutes, the film finally comes to close.
So, what did you think?
All around, I think it was a good movie. The production value is great and the scale of some of the sets is amazing. However, with the storyline being as slow as it was and the obvious flaws in the structure of the storyline, I can only give this classic a 6 out of 10. I was just left thinking about all the flaws previously mentioned and how I would like to have seen them done differently or left out of the movie entirely and focus more on the core storyline, which was the story of the 2 childhood friends or lovers falling out.
I'm very much the same. There are times when the sheer size of this film is overwhelming to the point where it feels like it actually happened. The sets, the costumes, and the scale have rarely been matched by modern cinema and never surpassed. But I'm sorry, it's just really frickin' long. I mean, really, really long. If you thought that recap, was long, we didn't even scratch the surface. There are dozens of characters and subplots in this that are barely connected to each other, if that. There's literally an entire scene devoted to Judah and his adopted Roman father watching a play. It doesn't add to the movie, it's just there. And the Jesus stuff really clashes with the rest of it. I know the film is visually spectacular, the action heart-pounding, but the other stuff really drags away from it, so I have to give this a 6 out of 10.
Thanks guys for watching.
And if you liked it, be sure to click that subscribe button, and maybe we'll see you later. Bye.